Suicide, we know it's a major public health issue, and prevention of suicide is a global challenge to all of us, especially to the psychiatrists or persons who are involved with mental health. Uh, but here we should know that media always play a very major role in suicidal behavior to be particular, because media gives lots of information about many things, whether it is audiovisual media, whether it is print media, or in very recent days it is social media. So media is very crucial. How a media depict an episode of suicide. So we should follow certain guidelines from as a honorary general secretary of Indian Psychiatric Society. I can assure you that we have already uh, planned to involve with the media persons. We will sit together and also with the government officials so that we can prepare a guideline how to deal with suicide in media in particular. So first of all, what I believe is media should say the actual information about suicide. Like, suicide is not the solution. Suicide is a multifactorial event. We should not simplify suicide. Like, the person has died by suicide because he has failed in the exam, or he has some relationship issues, there is a breakdown. So it is not that simple. It is multifactorial. There are many factors which are involved with suicide. So that media should tell to the viewers or to the other persons who are either reading or watching it. Then it is very important that this suicidal report should come not in the front page, not in the front page of a newspaper, because that will attract more attention of the public. It should come in the second or third page, or in the middle pages. Similarly, in audiovisual media, that should not be the first item to say. It should come in between so that it will not get much attention of the viewers. Then we should avoid certain terms like there is a suicide epidemic. Like, we know that after this COVID-19 pandemic, the suicide rate has increased to a great extent. We all know that. But media should not use the term that there is a suicide epidemic after this pandemic. Simply they can say that there is an increase in the rate of suicide. Another thing what media often use, that unsuccessful suicide, as if suicide is a desired outcome. So unsuccessful, that particular term should not be used, because we don't want that a person will commit suicide because of some difficulties or problems he or she is facing. Then it is better to say completed suicide rather than the committed suicide, because when a person is died of cancer, we are not telling that person is committed cancer. So why committed suicide? It should be there is a completed suicide. So these few things media should keep in their mind while reporting a case of suicide. Now, another important thing is the location or site of the suicide, where the person has died by suicide. That should not be given in details. Details should be avoided, because there are many persons who follow this and who may attempt in a later stage. Similarly, the method, how a person died by suicide, that should not be given in details, either in print media or in audiovisual media or in social media. It should not be. Now, another important thing is the social media. Social media nowadays, we don't have any rules and regulations for social media. Very recently, there are many instances where a person is died by suicide and he's or she is doing Facebook Live. So this is really very unfortunate thing. So everyone is seeing how the person is died by suicide. So how he is committing this particular act. So there should be some rules and regulations in the social media as well, so that this type of things should not come in Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, like different social medias. Now, if media wants to use the particular photography or video of a suicidal event, again that should be used very cautiously, because that may attract attention of certain persons who are psychologically down. And lastly, I must say that regarding the reporting of celebrity suicide, media must be very cautious, very cautious. Very recently, during this pandemic time, celebrity of Bollywood, he has died by suicide. And every day you will see in print media or in the audiovisual media, there are lots of news about that person, how he has committed this particular act, why he has committed this. And this celebrity suicide, we are so much concerned because there are many persons who try to follow this particular act. So, while reporting celebrity suicide, don't give details. Don't give details in the media. Just say this is an unfortunate incident, that person has died by suicide. Maybe he is having some problem or whatever it may be. So, what is important for media, not only what they should not do, but at the same time, they should give some positive message. That is very important. That is, suicide is not the solution. There are other ways. Every one of us in our life, we are facing difficulties, but that doesn't mean suicide is the only solution. So, what are the other alternative methods that should come in the media, whether it is print media or it is audiovisual media? That should be highlighted in every media. And at the same time, media should give some suicide helpline numbers. Now we know that there are many suicide helpline numbers in our country. So media should give this information to the public, because many public, they don't know this. But from Indian Psychiatric Society, we are also running one suicide helpline number during this pandemic time. And we got many phone calls and we saved many lives at that time. So these are the some positive things that media can help to reduce the suicidal rate in our country. Because my last program, I have mentioned that in every 3 seconds one person is attempting suicide, and in every 40 seconds one person is died by suicide in any part of the world. So suicide is really a major public health problem. So we all, not only the mental health professionals, but media at the same time, should come forward to help to reduce this burden of suicide from our society. Thank you. Thank you.